So I wanted to use Carlos for my real estate needs when I was looking for a fourplex in Pacific Beach. And I knew Carlos about a year and a half before being in the business, and he's a family friend as well. And when we were looking for fourplexes, I had a problem. I just wasn't finding the right inventory, and if I went to the table on another listing, it would get swooped up. And Carlos was really good at sending me a bunch of email blasts and staying in touch with deals he got listed. When I found his listing, which I actually purchased 4 units in Pacific Beach, he was the first person to call me on that. He said, "Matt, I've got a deal. It's perfect for you. I know you've been looking. You were top on my list." And there was the deal. So that was the problem I had. He solved it. He had the right property for me. He had 3 or 4 properties for me too, but they just weren't in the right locations. And his persistence paid off. He never gave up. He was relentless. He showed me the deal. I had a lot of confidence in him getting the job done from day one if we found something. Once in escrow, everything was very streamlined, organized. The level of efficiency was surprising. I'm in the business. I do transactions, probably 15 a year, and I was shocked at how organized he was. One step to the next. Everything was done. Everything was real streamlined. No surprises whatsoever. And the inspection process was real quick. 3 days after we were in escrow, all the doors were opened. Inspectors were there. There was a credit with the roof. He told the seller about that. He told me about that before the inspection. It worked out great because everyone was knowledgeable. Communication was flowing properly. And one thing that was really nice was DocuSign. He used everything was documented on the computer. So if there's a contract that needs to be signed, it was sent over. Then his team would call me, make sure I signed it, everything was good. If there was questions, they were answered. Carlos would touch base with me, I would say 4 times a week. Some of these deals I do, the guy's gone for 2 weeks. You're wondering what's going on. Not the case here. I'd say the biggest pleasure working with Carlos was he was next to me the whole entire time. It felt like he was driving the ship. I didn't have to worry. So if I thought something was going to go bad, he was already on top of it before I started, which was real nice and comforting. Because a transaction's a nervous thing when you got a couple $100,000 you're putting in, and your deposit of 50 grand is going non-refundable. You don't want to be nervous in that situation, and I wasn't in this case, which was great. I would say the goal, and to sum it up, was I trust Carlos. Whatever he did, he performed. Whatever he said he was going to do, he met that expectation that he set for everybody. And also, too, he knew the perfect lender to get the job done. He could have chose 5 other loan brokers to work with. He chose the one that was efficient and closed way before I thought it was going to close. That was like 23 or 24 days from start to finish, which was amazing. And that's about it. Carlos is great. He's 2 thumbs up all the way, and I couldn't ask for a better real estate professional to help me get my goals accomplished. So I look forward to our next transaction, and thanks very much, Carlos.